Alright, welcome in everyone to this week's episode of Dungeons and Cuties. Thank you, chat.
Yay! Dungeons and Cuties!
Dungeons and Cuties!
Dungeons and Cuties!
Cats.
Oh god, no.
Practice. But what do you remember from last session? And I will fill in any blanks.
So there was some stuff that happened. So Yori met his previous interests, found some interesting items, brought them back to the party. The rest of the party met Kurdan, and Kurdan kind of got beat up a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much all I remember.
Alright, great job. Everyone can have 25 experience points. Good job.
Yay!
Some things to remember. The party returned with a leather scrap. Imprinted on the face of this leather scrap, a very old symbol. A symbol that Cyrdan identified as the harlot, Empress of Poisons, another unspeakable. Said to be the progenitor of succubi and Irenes. Go ahead and add that to your notes if you would like. Jettison forward, there was some conversation with the prisoner, but a decision was made. That Malia would send a message to see that the Iron Circle's XP for anyone that remembers his name.
Oh my gosh.
Anyone remember?
I'm gonna be so honest. I was thinking about my comment and I forgot.
Was it Karen there?
That is
my notes?
close.
No.
But that is
Who are we
not.
talking about?
That is a name you need to remember, but that's not.
Raphael?
Israfel.
Israfel.
The
Israfel is the
Israfel.
Cambrian. Who do you
Okay.
have hostage that you're taking on the ship with you?
No,
My-
that's Benin.
No. Yeah. That's
Benin.
Landon.
Benin.
Or Benin.
Bannon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bannon.
Israfel is the
Benin.
one that was waiting for us down in the tavern.
Correct. But Bannon,
fight.
it has been decided
Yeah.
that he will be a sailor on your ship. That his family
Yes.
Yes.
will be messaged by Malia and called to safety in the Silvery Moon Marshes.
I remember that.
Caranthir, also known as Caranthir the Black Cloud, is a monstrosity, the progenitor of manticores. This massive beast is like unto a dragon in size and capabilities, with heavy scales and thick fur combined that keep it protected. It is through its stinger that Cyrdan has determined the petrification that has happened to Sienna can be undone while keeping the door closed. There's more to be explored here. Perhaps we'll see some of that today, perhaps not. And I think the last part was Israfel, the Cambrian, a inquisitor of the Iron Circle, waiting for the party down in the tap room of the Swaggering Magus, watching, drinking, though it is illegal for him to react, to cause any fight. There is a liquid, merciless hunger behind his pale, auburn red eyes. Everyone, please roll a perception.
I have a 5.
I got a 25.
Eight.
So the 8 and the 5.
10.
Also 10.
And the okay, Yori.
I see it all.
You are the only one who sees it. I just took a drink of coffee, sorry. But across from Israfel is an interesting looking woman. When Israfel goes to move, she whistles sharply, drawing your attention that's already on her, but Israfel's himself. To interpret the look that she's giving Israfel, I need you to roll an insight if you wish. However, you could also roll an investigation. Either one gives you different information. Choose wisely.
I'm gonna use an inspiration.
Okay.
Not much better, but I got a 12 for insight.
How much did you get? Sorry?
12 for insight. My passive is 14.
12. It's okay, this is something you have to actively discern.
Okay.
Though you know not what the promise or threat is behind her expression and the set of her jaw and shoulders, there is distinctly something there, some sway or power over this Inquisitor. And instead of approaching your party, he merely smirks at you, Yori, and then he shifts, turning his back to you to look into his plate and his cups. But make no mistake, with a 12 and with your perception over 20, he is watching. And he is absolutely trying to listen.
Can I try to whisper to the group, hoping I'm far enough and quiet enough, kind of what I perceive, that I feel he's being controlled by the woman at the table?
Sorry, say that one more time. I was reading the whisper.
I just kind of, Yori wants to whisper to the group that he's perceiving that the woman at the table, is controlling the gentleman. So I want to pretty much let them know, like, I believe she's the boss here. Like, she has control over him.
Okay. So as your party makes their way towards the front of the tap room, the woman and Israfel are at the bar. Anyone can re-roll that perception when Yori says that. And if you have any role play, I'm going to give you all a chance to respond to Yori. Open forum. If anyone would like to go first.
Let me roll first and see.
Coulda got an 18 on the reroll.
You know what? I'm gonna use an inspiration. This is ridiculous.
You are short and you do have tiny eyes.
Wow, I have a 16 now.
Bongo also rolled, and he got a 18.
All right. When Yori points out, so this DC is much less now that Yori's pointing it out. So as long as you got above or a 13 or above, you can see the woman, and though you're not sure how to interpret the expression or the set of her shoulders, it is clear she has significant power. And with anything above a 13, Yori included, she is wearing a long frock coat, almost a duster, but it has the French sleeves that fold backwards in on themselves, decorated with anchors and what seem to be small spear-like pins, large lapels that have been bleached by the sun, making them a bit different in coloration to the rest of the coat. Not on her head, but off to the side of her meal, is her captain's hat with 3 very thick plumes of feathers in almost like ghastly, garish, bright, like neon colors. Like obviously these feathers came from some exotic or tropical paradise bird. But she has the look of a ship captain about her.
Oh, hey, and I elbow Yori like gently into his side. Yori, is that a captain's hat that she wears? Do you know her by chance?
I'm gonna assume Yori right now just doesn't have quite the best like facial like recognition of her yet, so I'm just gonna look over at Candy and yes, it is. It is a captain's hat, and seeing how well she's controlling the other man there, it's would be no surprise to me if she's looking for me. I do have quite a few people that are in high power trying to kill me.
Not every woman is probably after you, you know, but if she is a captain, yeah, we shouldn't joke around with her.
Candy, this is not a love situation. This is definitely
A stab
deadly
situation.
one beyond that, yes.
A stabbing. Okay, okay.
Yeah, no stabbing yet though. But she's got a serious demeanor.
Kerdan's gonna lower his voice and say, "The man with her is the one that attacked me when Princess Candy had to save my life."
Yes, that is indeed true. He is an enemy of ours, a sworn arch enemy of mine, actually.
Let's see. Does Yori notice any symbols on the hat? Or is the hat just a plain captain's hat?
It's hard to see. It's tucked between her plate, her drink, and her elbow, opposite of you. Just those garish, brightly neon-colored, multicolored feathers are seen. Roll a history.
Okay. That is going to be a 11.
You have no idea who this captain is.
Okay.
She looks like, when you look at her face, she looks human, mid-30s. Her hair is bleached by the sun. She's definitely lived a sailor's life.
I'm gonna kind of just whisper again to the group and just let's be on high guard right now. We definitely don't want anything breaking out here, but it would not surprise me if they try to kill us now.
All right. Anything for Tar?
Yes, does Tar recognize either of these two figures that the party is talking about?
Roll a history.
Oh, my history's bad. Oh, 20.
You've seen the captain before. A privateer for hire who takes shipments as well as individuals from the inner sea to the Sea of Icefire, which it is far, far in the north. Her ship is part war galleon and part medieval oil tanker. Her name escapes you at first, but what doesn't, the name that you recall is actually the name of her artificer, who is also a tabaxi. A snow leopard tabaxi with a very cat-like temperament. I almost named him Jonald, by the way, and this is your fault, cats. It's not his name.
His name.
Damn it.
Okay, fine. We'll name him Jonald as well. We have
Yes.
many
Oh, God,
Jonalds
please, no.
in the world. It's his middle name. His first name is still Raz. R-A-Z. Just Raz. Raz Jonald. His full name, if you'd like to spell it out, Raz Jonald Shippaw. Her artificer that has made her ship an incredible masterpiece of both war and commerce. The ship itself hosts its own market twice a year. The side of the ship splits open through magic, of course. You can't actually split open a massive galleon. The ship's name is simple. With a 20, you would call it as well. It is known only as the Queen. And she has those biannual markets that open up, and it's just this big spices, pelts, bolts of fabric, intricate items. It really just depends on who she has traveling with her. Typically, people pay to be a part of this market. It's considered quite the honor and the experience. A nickname for her is Captain Peacock. Like Mrs. Peacock from Clue. but
Nice.
but that, you know, that's not her name. But with a 20, you recall that she, as far as you remember, Tar, has no association with the Iron Circle. Even though she is neutral and may take Iron Circle members aboard her ship, they would have to abide by her laws, and she does not peddle in people. It is items, from clothing to food, like I described. But in terms of passage, if someone happened to be associated with the Iron Circle, she wouldn't deny them passage if they were paid. But that's what you remember.
All right. So I know that Yori obviously has a lot of people after him who want to harm him. Is it safe to presume that she may be one of these people?
With a 20, you don't think so.
Okay.
She doesn't quite, She's more fun. Like Yori. Eccentric, that's a good word. I mean, with a name like Miss Captain Peacock, eccentric is a good word for her.
Okay. And I heard that the man sitting near her is the one who attacked Kurdan earlier?
Correct.
He's a member of the Iron Circle.
I will casually saunter my way over and take a seat next to him and gently place my arm around his shoulders and take his drink if he has one and take a sip.
You're gonna walk up to him?
Yep.
Damn.
Before that happens, I would like to take the moment because I remember last session when I said I prepare my disguise kit to be all ready. I actually took it with me and I want to look for the bathroom to sneak in there and don on my disguise kit.
Roll stealth.
Okay.
And then before Tarloa gets this scene, I need to know what Bongu's doing.
Bongu is going to. Bongu doesn't want to get in the way of what Tarlo is doing because he trusts Tarlo. He knows they've got it handled.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to be in the vicinity. So I know they've got a table kind of off to the side, and Tarlo went in that direction. Is there, like, are we sitting at a table right now? Or are we kind of standing close to the bar? What's our kind of position?
You are all walking slowly through the teeming tap room. So all of this conversation is happening within about 6 seconds because you're moving towards the door where apparently Tia and Tala are waiting either outside on the porch or somewhere towards the front of the bustling tap room. Because there's easily like 150 people in here. Plus
Gotcha.
all of the barmaids, you know, elves, halflings, humans. There's guardsmen off work, so it is quite loud. So you're all whispering pretty close. And Candy's gonna like be able to hide because she's really small. So she technically, you have advantage on this roll.
Oh, I have a non-natural 20 already. All good.
Okay.
Nice. Bongo would like to look for a table maybe 10, 15 feet away. If there's one that's open.
From the
and
bar.
sit down.
From like Israfel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Okay.
And just watch.
Okay. If you'll type in your passive perception into the Discord chat so I can mark that for what you hear of the conversation.
You got it.
So quick pause. I'll go around to get what everybody's doing. But Kurdan, what are you doing?
So he's mainly focused on Israfel and, you know, kind of clenching his fists. And as he sees Tar go over, he's gonna like look around for somebody, see Candy's gone, and then did Malia come down with us?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So he's gonna like ask Malia or maybe Bongu, like, what is she doing? He's dangerous.
Malia, politely, they are very likely going to inquire of Israfel, his intentions, or perhaps intimidate him. I think, brother mine, you should act as backup. However, and she gets really close to you and like grabs, like she's tiny, right? She's 5'2", right? But with her heels on, she's like 5'6", right? But that's significant. Anyway, she grabs like your leather straps and like pulls you down. Granted, she can't unless you let her. You're so strong. But it's very reminiscent of when you were kids. I mean, her as the older sister mothering you. The same reaction. But she says, do not let it out. If this devolves into a fight, you make sure Tar is safe. Alright? Roll an insight, Kurdan.
I need an inspiration for that.
Got it.
18.
She's worried. More so than average about Turloa. And with an 18, that big ol' L word might be on the table. She cares
Kurdan-
a lot about Tar.
He'll notice that and just very seriously nod to her and don't worry. I fought him before without anything happening.
Good. I'll tell you right now, his armor and his weapons are magical, and he himself has an aura that I cannot place. I don't think we should engage. But having conversation is fine. But should he choose to engage, keep Tar safe, and I will try to get everyone out. Where did Candy go? And she suddenly looks around. Quick, go! I have to find the child. I mean, the adult.
So yeah, with that, he's gonna not.
Do you want to come over to the table with me?
Or do you want to
Malia's-
go all the way up to the bar next to Tar?
Yeah.
Yeah, Malia said to keep an eye on Tar, so you keep an eye on us from afar, and maybe watch for anybody else looking too interested in us. And I'll go make sure that they're safe. And he just not struts, but trying to act cool and casual, just walks up behind Tar and crosses his arms and kind of puffs up a little bit, a little roostering,
So you're.
and just stands behind
I'll count
them.
that as a help action to give Tar advantage to any rolls they may need.
Awesome.
Okay. That being said, Yori, what are you doing? Because you notice Malia starts looking for the Tabaxi. Felix is nowhere to be seen either. And you know that Tia and Tala are either outside on the porch or somewhere in the front of the teeming tap room.
I think Yori, he's gonna try to be as aware as possible of who he can see currently.
Okay.
But he knows we might need some more allied hands in this situation. So he's gonna look for Tia and Tala as quickly as possible, without making too much notice, being too awkward. So I'm gonna try to find Tia and Tala and bring them in and kind of just whisper to them the tense situation, because I know that they will more than likely have our backs. That's what he's hoping.
Okay.
So I guess I start heading towards the front near the door, and if I see them along the way, or if not, I'll peek my head out.
Roll an investigation for me really quick.
Oof, that's a six.
Okay. Quick pause here. Everyone's gonna get a chance to go, but it's all happening at the same time. All right. Candy. What'd you get on your stealth?
I got a 20.
Got a 20. Okay. You make it to the bathroom. And we'll play your theme music. Okay. What are you disguising yourself as?
Alright, so as I come out of the bathroom, swaggering out is a black wig, long Justin Bieber style. It's covering my eyes, and I make this little head movement that's kind of like the swoop with the bangs. I got dark clothing on with a hood and several leather bands with studs. I'm also wearing a flannel shirt. It's not quite the fashion, but still, I chose the flannel with a jagged leather vest and oversized cowboy boots in black with a little star in the back, you know, like those little stirrup things. It's not working anymore, so it doesn't make noise, which is nice. But the shoes are really cool because they have some heels integrated into them. So I am a whole 3 inches taller than I would be usually. But for all that you can see, I have some makeup on with some serious eye bags, and I look just like a real lanky, shitty dude. 'Cause yeah, I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. I'm not candy. I'm just a guy, and that's how I will be. I am taking suggestions for my new name, by the way.
Jonathan.
Jonathan. Oh my god, yes. I'm just Jonathan, guys. Okay, there's candy. That sounds too happy for me. I don't even know what you're talking about. Jonathan is walking out of the bathroom right now, and I wish I would be home alone right now. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to be here at all. But I go towards my party just to listen along, but it's not like I would like that anyways.
You hear someone clear their throat behind you. And when you
Hey.
turn, if you turn, it's Felix.
Oh, hey, I think I know you, bro. And I swoop away my hair for a little bit so that Felix can see my eyes and like my face a little bit because it's usually hidden by my beautiful wig. Hey Felix, remember me? I'm Jonathan, and I punch him in the shoulder.
Oui. Jonathan, yes. Could you, fellow young man, come here for a moment?
Yeah, I stride over to him, and I am grabbing my junk.
He scrubs a hand down his jaw. He's like, okay, over here. And he leads you like around the corner where it's this quiet, like, sitting room. Usually for people to like wait or whatever for their companions in the actual restrooms. Can I help you?
Yeah, so, my parents are at the bar, and
Right.
they said that I am not allowed to be there because the alcohol is poisonous for me. So I'm just trying to have a lookout and see what's happening.
He squints at you. Okay, so this is, a face?
Yes, it is. Hello.
Oh, right. Of course. Okay, hold on. And he pulls out of one of his pouch the most beautiful makeup and lipstick containers you've ever seen. Can
Oh my god.
can I?
Are these for me?
I want to. Is it possible to adjust? So if Kurdan and Torloa are your parents, then we have to fix a little.
It's not like I would like it anyways, but I guess go ahead. And like you can see my eyes shine though. I am so freaking excited right now. Like holy shit, that's so cool. This is so pretty. Oh my god.
Okay, all right. All right, hold still. And the lipstick container that he pops open, like it literally looks like it's crystal. when he pulls it apart and it like shimmers. It's got this soft pink opalescent feel. There's a little bit of blush and contour that's in the same sort of pink containers. Felix is an incredibly masculine presenting person. Why he has all this makeup on his person is interesting. Candy, what's your passive perception?
Let me see. My passive is 13.
Okay, 13 is enough to catch the chiffon. A corner of this beautiful pastel, powdery pink peeks. This fabric peeks up out of the bag and he shoves it back in quickly. But it is beautiful. It reminds you of the folds of a belle-style gown.
I can't like suppress a little like, oh my gosh. I peek into his bag and just man, oh my, what you got there?
It is and he like glances around. Okay, this is a pact between girls. You understand? Woman to woman, yeah?
Yes.
All right. And he holds out his pinky. You must promise.
Yes, I stick out my little paw and just wrap it around his pinky.
Okay. Right. I like to play princess and castles, and then dress up, very fancy. How I look on the inside. Beautiful dresses, glitter and hair. I have a lot of wigs and makeup. It makes me feel happy. Perhaps when we are safe, I will show you. Maybe I can make you your own gown. And he flushes. I like to sew. Anyways, I think you are ready, Jonathan. And he pulls out this little mirror.
Yeah, I lean towards him and just say, I would love nothing more than this. Yes, 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 yes. And I lean back again to like, yeah, that's weird, man.
And he chuckles, but he's trying very hard to be serious, but he's still smiling. This compact mirror that he gives you he says, you can hold on to that, but go ahead and check your face. It looks like a golden pearled clam. Like Little Mermaid vibes. And when you open it, the bottom mirror moves and shimmers, enchanted to look like you're looking into a silver river. But the mirror above is just a basic, brightly shined silver mirror.
What does the bottom one do?
It is just for fun. It's pretty, so I like it.
I would never love and adore and appreciate such a thing with my entire being and heart ever. Oh my god.
You can hold on to it for now, Jonathan. Give it to a girlfriend. And he kind of punches your shoulder lightly. Anyways, just check your makeup. I mean your face, your natural face. And he's glancing around. There's nobody that's come to this like little corner, because it's weird for a lot of people to sit in this sitting area and wait for people to poop and pee. So
Yeah, no, I don't want anyone to see all of my pimples, so thanks, man, and I punch him back.
right. Anyways, keep a hold of that. Let's go to check on your parents, huh?
I hate my parents, but let's go.
Yeah, they're very sucky. He laughed.
It's sucky. Yeah.
Right. And he is just as stealthy as you, which is kind of fun. Go ahead and roll a stealth, Candy.
Alright. Ooh, that is a 26 total.
Right. He also got a 26.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
We are brothers and sisters both right now.
So Felix stays right near you, and you near him until you arrive at the conversation partially through. That being said, we're gonna slide over to Tar's turn because Kurdan and Bangu are also listening. So if Kurdan and Bangu want to add anything to this conversation, the two of you are close enough, you can. Bangu, you're only about 10 feet maybe total away. Let me look at your passive perception. Okay, 17. Yeah, you're gonna hear quite a bit of this over the din in the tap room. But Tar, when you go to put your arm around him, there is a very uncomfortable heat. So hot that if you do touch him, it will burn you. But if you want to do it anyways as a point, it's up to you.
Ooh, you know I love making points. I will do it anyways.
Okay. Roll me a d6.
Two.
You take 2 points of fire damage.
Okay. Go ahead and do that. All right. I'm going to kind of lean into him a little bit, but also kind of over. I'm not even going to look at him. I'm going to direct my attention to the captain. Hello. I think I've seen you around. What was your name? Captain Peacock, am I right?
That is what some call me. You also look familiar. Is Rafael a friend of yours?
Who's Rafael?
Points at the Cambrian that you're. Oh wait, are you putting your arm? You're putting
No,
your arm
no,
around
that's
Isabel, right?
correct.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She points at the guy you're holding. You take another 2 points of fire damage.
Okay. Oh, I hadn't noticed. Have we met? You said, is Rafael? Raphael. What was it?
Let me roll. He says, state your purpose. There's no point trying to threaten. Unless you're here to threaten, then get on with it. What do you want?
I should be asking you that.
It's clear, isn't
I
it?
don't look at it.
I want the tabaxi.
Why do you want her?
Her uncle wants her home.
Why is that? She's an adult. She can make her own decisions.
She's a child. If she's told you you're an adult, you're more stupid than you look.
Maybe that's right. Maybe I'm stupid.
And then he looks at Kurdan, and his eyes are glittering, Kurdan. Like malice.
I'm going to grab his chin and pull his head towards me again.
Okay. As you do, he is going to lean up very quickly. What is your oh my good god, what am I trying to say? Armor class, thank you. I do this professionally.
Armor class 14.
Armor class 14. Okay. As you grab his chin, he closes the distance quick enough that he plants a kiss on your mouth, and you take 2 points of fire damage.
Okay. Can I bite his lip?
Yeah. Roll to hit.
Okay. Let's see. That is 17. Do I add anything?
You add your unarmed attack.
My hit DC?
Yep.
That's a +7. What? What's that? 24? 24?
Yeah, you definitely hit. And are you drawing blood?
Yes.
Okay. What is your it should say your unarmed strike.
5 bludgeoning.
5 damage. Okay. Yeah, you super bite open his lip, like just cutting it, like shearing it clean in half. And he hisses and he jerks his head back, but you do take 2 points of fire damage again. And then his tongue.
Kurdan,
What? Go ahead.
sorry, Kurdan was on the brink of decking him as soon as he did that, until he notices that he got what he deserved, and he's gonna say, "Yeah, maybe you should think about that before you kiss someone without permission."
He licks the blood away and his tongue is slightly forked. Funny, you delightful people talk about boundaries, but they just approach, drink from my cup, and touch me without permission. I think we're far past consent.
I was never really much for boundaries anyways.
What is
It's fine, Kurdan.
What is the child to you? I know why you hate me, he points at Kurdan. Because you're never going to see her again. But you, a mercenary, why do you give a flying fuck about these people?
Who said I did? Can I express interest in something else going on? Maybe I'm sitting over here to talk to the two of you. Did I ever say I had anything to do with the tabaxi you're looking for?
You asked. And then asking...
Because you mentioned.
He squints. And then he looks at Kurdan. Stop beating around the bush. Clearly you're with this scum. He motions at Kurdan. This overly heroic boy. Man-child.
I'm gonna kill you.
Do you lean in and say that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He whispers back, and I'm gonna kill the woman you love.
So, just between you and me, friend, where is this woman? I'm gonna kick my legs up onto his lap.
Okay, you try to, and he shifts almost unnaturally fast. And you find that you're no longer touching him, but you do take a final 2 points of fire damage. And he says, "Where is my soldier? Do you have him?"
Who?
Don't worry about
What?
that.
Ah, so he is here. Figured as much. Do you really think the Iron Circle doesn't mark their property? You would be a fool to think the premier... I'm trying to think of the word. The premier... fancy word, can't think of it, but fancy word for human trafficking. Traders, the premier traders of flesh and delicacies. Here we go. doesn't
Slavers?
know where. No. He's not going to use that dirty word. They're flesh markets. There you go. Isn't going to have a way to track what's theirs. You're a fool to think that. You have something that belongs to me. If you want to keep him, go ahead. Go ahead. Really doesn't matter to me one way or another. But what does matter to me is you have Candy, or so I'm assuming. But it's clear in his eyes that he knows that you're in association, whether you say you're not. Like, that's literally what he believes. And he's talking quiet enough that not very many people can hear. And the captain is actually sitting like 2 or 3 seats away, and she's eating her food, minding her own business, not even trying to be in a part of this conversation at all. So that's a big thing that the 3 of you notice. And then he continues. So I'm gonna ask you again, and hopefully one last time. What do you want? We can't kill each other here. We can't start a fight. It's against the law. Unless you want all of these civilians and innocents to be in the crosshairs. Then sure, let's dance. But if you have my soldier, I recommend you return him. Because you're good people, and you'll care if he's hurt, or the innocent people that are his family are hurt. Unless you don't, and then my assumptions about you, the great Tar Loa, the great plains walker, the swamp strider, are accurate. And you're just like the torn flesh tribe that eat your enemies and take their bones for practice in their tool making, who care little beyond their borders. You'd be just like them. Which is very different and strange considering Perrin here, the heir of Silvery Moon, right? Oh yes, I know who you are.
What kind of establishment is the Swaggering Magus? What's the clientele like?
Guardsmen on their break, it's like City Watch on their break. People that are coming in from the docks, like fishermen to grab drinks before going home. There's not like children really. There are animals, like there's bar cats and bar dogs. But the clientele are legit tradesmen and huntsmen with city guards, and half working class and then half like maybe they're level 2 or level 1. So it's a pretty hefty mix of working class citizens, male and female.
Okay.
Not to mention like all the barmaids and the barmen, they're all just civilians, and some of them are teenagers. So let's make a trade. He's gonna interject, unless you want to say something before that.
No, let's hear what he says.
Okay. I'll let you walk away with Candy, and we continue the game. But you have to give me my soldier back. Or you don't give me your soldier back. He shrugs. And he suffers the consequence. Torn
I
flesh.
have a better trade. How about you meet us somewhere where we can have a little bit more fun? and then we can discuss who gets who.
He kind of has a tight smile. Sometimes my temper gets the better of me, Torn Flesh. But not today. I don't think we'll meet anywhere else, private or otherwise. I think this is the perfect location for this change and swap.
You scared? That's what it sounds like to me.
Assume what you want. I'm comfortable being misunderstood.
No, I don't think we will do a swap here. It's a good suggestion, though. Yeah, we're not doing that. Tara's gonna get up from the chair and actually finish his drink.
He just sighs as you do so.
Gonna slam it down in front of him and pat him on the head. And I'm going to direct Curtin over to Bongu.
Okay.
And kind of gently push him over.
When you pat him on the head, there is an explosion of movement from him. Just scary fast. And he hits your armor class. I need you to roll in athletics.
I've been training for this. It's fine.
This is the point where Candy and Felix have finished their conversation and are watching what's happening at the bar.
18.
18? Okay. So he shoves you up against the bar, pushing your arms down by your side. And he's how tall is Tar?
6'5".
6'5", okay. He's just a few inches taller. But his shoulders are wider. There are flames behind those pale eyes that actually make them change to a deeper, ruddier red. And the fangs descend into his mouth. And he says, "Treat me not like a child, else I'll bite the hand that tries to feed." And then any reaction from the party before the NPC, a different NPC at the bar does something. Bongu?
Bongu is going to get up. As Bongu's watching this, does he see that, like, what is Tarloa's face or body language right now? Does it look like Israfil has complete control over this situation, or how is Tarloa looking?
Being held, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, it looks like Tar literally could just headbutt him and get out.
Okay.
You think in terms of that role there, they're pretty matched strength for strength. It does feel like two predators in the wilds, like vying for dominance is kind of what it feels for Bongu, maybe two big street dogs. There's no, with your passive, that neither one is actually going to start a bar fight because it is incredibly illegal, and being in jail serves nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bongu is going to stay where he is and trust Tar and be ready just in case. So pretty much stay there.
Okay. So really quick, Kurdan.
Sorry, hit the wrong button. So can I ready an action, I guess, to step in if. So I want to like catch Tar's eyes and kind of very quick give them an inquisitive look like, hey, are you good? And then like ready in action just in case based off of what happens next.
Par's eyes are firmly locked on the Cambrian in front of them. They're not looking away.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna ready in action. Because he's also well aware that if he starts this, it's jail time.
Par is actually going to go lax and not be tense. Just lean onto the bar.
Okay. Candy, do you have any reaction?
As I see this, I know about the rules, but I do not want to bust myself in any way. I do not want to be seen by him whatsoever. So I'm actually going to blend into the crowd even more, like backing up a couple of steps as if I wouldn't be ready, but my hands go to the daggers. So, I'm ready if a fight comes down, but like I'm not going towards them. I'm not going to make myself known whatsoever.
Okay. All right, and then Yori is doing something totally different, so we'll have a big fun scene with Yori. That's very opposite of the intensity in here, by the way. But there's nothing else. Tarloa. Behind the Cambrian, behind Israfel, a thin finesse blade rests on his shoulder. And standing on a stool, so he's tall enough, is Felix. And Felix says, perhaps you should unhand my boyfriend. It's very rude to touch what is not yours. Though we are platonic life mates forever, still we are in a marriage of sorts, yes? I will chop your head off as order of trademark guard for the misuse of violence and magic. After all, we are in a wooden establishment, and if you light it on fire, a lot of people will die. So, please let go of my friend. And he rolled a 28 on his intimidation.
Damn.
Scary little French guy.
The Cambrian drops his hold on Utar. And there's something about Felix's blade that is burning the Cambian's flesh. Ah, you recognize this blade, as Israfel turns to look at Felix. It is not good for your kind. Kind of burns a bit. I do not know what is happening, but I'm going to ask you to leave now. And if you choose not to, by authority of trademark, we use force. And I don't think you would like that. Because it seems that your pride doesn't like you to have head pads. It's very sad for you. Head pads are a gift. Especially by such big boy heads. He kind of gives this little smirk and shake of his head. The Cambian gawks and looks a little uncomfortable. And the captain does a slight golf clap, and a couple people around the bar that are just normals have gotten up out of their seats, taken their plates, and moved to the other side of the bar. Any last roleplay before Israfel leaves?
Can I do a quick investigation on his sword?
Felix's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I don't really need to say out loud what I'm looking for. just curious.
Ah, yes.
19 plus investigation is plus 120. Dirty 20.
Yes. It is
Ah,
exactly coded in what you think, and very likely holy water.
fun.
It is Monster Bane, is the name. There's a whole line of them. Usually blood hunters wield them. And it makes you look at Felix in a different light, Cardan. The Cambrian says, "Last chance. Give me my soldier and avoid the consequences." He's speaking to Tar over his shoulder. Felix is like, kind of bends a little bit. Sword still gently tapped on the Cambrian's shoulder, but he bends around the big body so he can see you as well, Tar, giving you like wiggly eyebrows, like, is that what is happening? Like, we do what we to kill him? Or, you know.
I already told you it's not happening here. If we do have your soldier, and you want him back, you'll have to meet us somewhere else. That's final.
Then tell him his family's life is forfeit. At least have the decency to let him grieve.
And he steps out of Felix's blade. And he begins to make his way to the door.
Can I do something dumb?
Sure.
I was gonna slap him on the ass and give him a whistle as he's leaving.
Iconic.
Oh,
Damn, dominate.
okay. It is firm with a slight jiggle because of the amount of muscle under his leathers. It does make his ears pink, and he whips back to look at you and says, "You."
I wink at him.
Okay. Okay, I gotta make a roll for him. This is not what I was expecting. That's okay. Wow. He makes a psychic connection with you. And in your mind, he pushes images of the two of you having hate sex.
Woohoo!
Okay.
God damn.
I'll kind of just give him a look and bite my lip a little and nod him out the door.
Oh god, it makes him just be like, he's hoping you would be disgusted, but the fact that you're kind of into it, he's like, "You." Felix does a little wiggle on the chair and is like, "You are leaving, right?" And then he hops down and kind of disappears into the crowd because he's pretty short. Bloop. The Cambrian. He looks at Kurdan. He looks at Bongu. Bongu, roll an insight, please.
That is a 12 plus. Moment. 7, so 19.
Okay. Recognition ripples through his expression, and it slightly softens, looking at you. That softening is out of place. The way he looks at you is like you're an ally of his.
Do I recognize him or have any sort of memory kind of flash before me or anything?
No, you don't know a Cambrian. You've never met one before. His physical form holds no memory for you.
In that case, Bongo is just going to chuckle as the events that just occurred made him laugh.
Right? The Cambrian storms outside where the swaggering Magus. And we're gonna take our first potty break here.
Damn.
Woo!
That was unnecessary.
Hey, we're back. Hey, Honiko, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for presenting the 27 sacrifices. We are just playing Dungeons and Dragons, Dungeons and Cuties. Really quickly, I want to show you guys Randy.
Damn.
Meet Randy. This is who Candy looks like right now. Thank you for that shout out. Disguised, it's just a phase, but I want to point out this little beard shadow that we've got going on right here. This is stark under eye. Randy. It's not a phase.
I
Mom.
am Randy. No, I hate my parents, and this is not a phase. I don't know what you're talking about.
That broad shoulder, though.
Good lord. All right. Keeping in this vein of music, Yori. On
Yes.
the porch and like a covered front deck of the Swaggering Magus, Tala and Tia are seated together, and they are playing an intense game of chess. As you approach, one of the sisters takes you a second to recognize it as Tia because she's wearing makeup. Fake lashes, drawn on eyebrows, and her trunk has been blushed and it kind of glitters in the light. And okay, I gotta be serious when I roleplay this. Help me win and I'll give you a kiss.
Wait, whoa. Wait, is that to me, Tia?
No, it's to somebody else who's double cheeked up.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wait, okay, that is me. Huh. You could do knight to c6.
Tala rolls her eyes. This is technically cheating, by the way. And then Tia moves the piece and is like, ha! Check. Tala sighs, and she slides her bishop. Check in return. And then Tia, like, slides her eyes over to you. If you make me lose, I'm gonna stab you with this fork.
Well, if we remember right, you kind of missed me 3 times.
Tala,
But I'm not gonna make you lose. I'm not gonna make you lose.
Tala wiggles her
Oh.
eyebrows. And Tia's like, shut up.
So, you could take the bishop with the queen and recheck.
Roll a d20.
Oh God,
What'd you get?
I got a 2. Assuming it's just a straight up d20.
It is just a straight up d20 roll.
God.
Okay. Tala got a 6. So she wins. And Tia trumpets. And is like a fake falsetto anger. You can tell that with your passive. And she trunk slaps you, but it's gentle.
Tia, it's not always about winning. It's about what you learned from the match. And to be quite fair, I've not played chess in quite a while, so I just learned a lot just looking at that now.
She does roll her eyes. Ignore that. But outside on the street now, Yori, as Tia's playfully arguing with you, on the street side there is a vendor who is juggling chickens, and loudly he proclaims, "The guy looks like a gnome, but you're not entirely sure. He's sort of lacking some of the wide ears, as typical gnomes in the area, so you guess maybe he's a half gnome. But he says, "Come one, come all! Magic beans to grant any wish! All you have to do is out-juggle the chickens! Please, you, fish, sir, come!" He points at you as he's, like, adding a fourth chicken to the juggle, and they're just like... "Bark, bark, 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 bark."
Are these full-size chickens?
They are. They're
Oh my
larger than
God.
his head. "You look like a fellow who could use beans!" And Tia's like, "Don't do it. He's trying to swindle you with beans." And then Tala says, "Did you ask the wizard about that mark?" And then, Yori, you're overwhelmed again next to you as the sound of clanging armor and weapons sound out. And there is this set up little arena on the street side. It's between the wide expanse between the two buildings where you guys jumped off and you missed and you fell and hurt yourself. You know, that area. It's wrestle for gold. Spar for gold. And there's a halfling woman who's like, "Ignore his chickens, Mr. Fish! Come test your might and mettle. You look powerful, mighty, and a little handsome." And Tia, like, shoots her big-ass face from around your shoulder and makes a little angry trumpet sound. And glares. And Tala's like, "Come on, Tia. It's not like you two of you are actually dating." And Tia says, "There's a chance, Tala. A chance!" And then the third thing that you see, Yori, there are a group of children, and one of them is a, you think a tabaxi, but he's a bald cat tabaxi. So, a hairless cat wearing a beanie and a sweater and a scarf on a balmy star day afternoon.
Is that Randy?
It's a hairless cat. Hairless cat.
Oh, that's right, that's right. Randy has hair, I forgot.
And the hairless cat waves at you, Tia and Tala, and says, "We're passing out flyers for the local orphanage and charity. Could we sing for you and you give us some gold in return?" The gnome then interrupts and says, "Come! Magic beans that grant any wish! You just have to out-juggle chickens!" He's at it on his sixth chicken now.
Gnome,
"You look
I'm sorry.
dexterous!"
oh, Gnome, I'm gonna completely ignore you. I'm not juggling chickens.
Whoa,
I
what
don't
about
need magic beans.
what about
Beans
bottles
bloat
of
me.
wine? Do you juggle those? And the chickens all and they change into bottles of wine.
I'm not juggling anything, Sir Gnome.
Okay.
I only...
Then what about magic weapons? Magic dresses, magic lipsticks, magic food.
No. The only things I juggle are personal.
Tia, like, motions to herself. And he's like, "Ah, a fan of a big woman. I can appreciate that. Let me not lose your attention, sir. Perhaps the chickens aren't your style, and the wine even. But what about just sacks of marbles? Sacks of balls, if you will, huh?" And he suddenly has a sack of marbles, and he says, "We could play the game. Set it up in a circle here in the dirt, and the winner, I'll give you a trumpet that keeps the sirens of the depths at bay. So they won't assail your ship. You look like a shipman." And then the halfling's like, "Don't listen to him. He's trying to swindle you with falsified magic items. Come, test your mettle and your might against my champion." And she motions, and it looks like an animated suit of armor. "And you'll win yourself fame and some fortune. Not to mention," and she holds up a bottle, and in the bottle is a tiny swimming creature that when its scales catch the sun, it's this brilliant gold.
Yuri's intrigued by that.
And the gnome's like, if that's what you wish, then I have the same as well." And he pulls out a jar as well with the same exact creature.
Okay, Yuri right away is like, "Oh, you almost swindled me there, my lady, but you can't both have the jar of the same thing. Clearly a dupe.
They're-
I'm no idiot."
When you look back and forth, Tala says, "Oh, I guess they are different colors. Do they make fairies that small?" And Tia's like, "I haven't been on sea long enough. I don't know." And then the kid is like, sir? And he's like tugging on your shirt behind you. And there's like a couple other kitten faces behind him. Could we sing for you?
Do they look like swindlers? Like, have I seen these kids running around like a group?
Roll
Like in general.
roll an insight.
That's gonna be a 12. Or no, 13.
Yeah, they look a little swindly. But they're cute. Like real cute.
Does it look like one of them's wearing a wig or anything like that? Are they actually like hairless?
They're actually little bald kitties.
Okay, I'm gonna look at them and I'm just... Look here, you're not gonna swindle me, and for God's sake, stop shaving yourself naked. You look ridiculous. Go back to your parents and stop trying to take money off people who work hard for it. Work hard for your own money. Sell the fur you shave off.
The kid. I really am a hairless cat. And one of the other kids steps forward. And he's like, yeah, some of us shave our hair, but Tobin here doesn't. He's actually a bald cat. And another kid's like, yeah, you're an asshole. And another kid is like, you're rude. Who says that to an orphan whose parents died in a fire? And a little girl walks up and kicks you in the shin.
Ooh, oof. I create water and shoot it out at them and say, scat, scat, no.
They do. They're all like, ah!
Someone use that out.
They all scatter. Oh, shit. But they don't go very far, Yori. They watch with baleful little eyes.
Yeah, I know those little rascals. Always coming by the inn. Every time someone walks out, it's like they've been swindled by some little cat-like creature.
The gnome shrugs. Can you blame them? But sir, do you want what's in this
Gnome.
jar or not?
Just shut it, gnome.
Come on, let's play with sacks of balls.
Done, gnome. I will take your chickens and everything you have. And I
Well,
will pick you up and toss you into the ocean.
the halfling's like, see? Serves you right, Reginald. Come, test your mettle and might.
Can I test my might by throwing this gnome into the ocean for you? Will that be enough?
The gnome's like, oh, no need to be rude, no need to be hasty. Just a little bit of fun.
I understand, but clearly a no is a no, and you're pushing it a bit much, so we can stop there. I have other business to attend to.
Tala leans forward. Since when did you get so serious?
I don't know. It kind of came upon me quite recently. Maybe a bit of the group is rubbing off on me. And I kind of reach up and I like rub my hand on her trunk.
Tala takes your hand off and like slides it over to her sister. Wrong twin.
Yori's so confused. He turns, he's like, oh, I apologize. I was not looking. And I walk over to Tia and I do the same thing.
Holy shit. Roll a performance.
You're twins, what do you expect? I'm gonna use a inspiration for that.
Okay.
Oh god, okay, it's a crit fail. I got 2 crit fails in a row.
You go to pat Tia's trunk and you end up putting your fist up her nostril. And when you pull it out, it's covered in slime and snot, and Tia flushes. And then she slaps you, causing you to spin and land in her chair, and she runs off. And all the little kitten kids, like, they like scatter. But yeah. And Tala is Oh, you know, I almost want to have us
travel with you just so I can watch moments like that. Yori, let her go. She'll come back.
She had cat fur under her trunk. I was just trying to help her. I slipped. I'm sorry.
Ah, of course. Yes, and she gives you a wink.
Those shaved cats leaving their fur everywhere. But yes, onto matters. I actually came to speak to you. Do you have time?
Of course, I came to tell you that we procured you a ship.
That makes me very, very happy. I was going to ask for some assistance. It looks like there is possibly a little heat on the inn, and I know how much you guys care about this area and this inn, I believe, because it's, peace. You want peace, so you care to join me? I might need an extra pair of hands with my group in case something bad's going on, and then we could discuss the ship.
Ah, they're inside then?
Yes, inside. I don't think anything too crazy, you would hope, as it's a public area, but it would be nice to have someone of your strong nature with.
Someone who can be a bull in a china shop. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Exactly, Tala.
She chuckles. All right. Let's have a friendly game, you and I. And she motions to the other side of the chessboard as she sets it back up. Just a friendly wager. We don't have to bet anything unless you'd like.
Okay.
And then we'll go in and we'll check the danger.
Yori agrees, but as he agrees, he does look over to the gnome and say, "See, this is how you convince, gnome. This is how you convince."
The gnome's like, I have sacks of marbles and chickens and wine. Plus, I'll give you magic beans that'll grant 9 wishes. Minor ones, but I don't understand.
Well, maybe once you figure it out, you'll know. And then I walk off with Tala.
Okay. Roll a d20.
I got a 7.
All right. Tala kicks your ass at chess. Like, wipes the
Damn.
floor with you. She got an 18. So should we go again? And maybe we'll little wager this time.
Sure, yes. You've gotten a lot better at chess the last time I've played you.
All right. The bet. If you beat me 2 out of 3, Tia and I will join your ship. We'll be a part of your crew. If you lose, we won't join. Sound fair?
Yes, that sounds fair to me. I don't want to force you, but if it's in the hands of fate, then so be it.
All right. Roll a d20.
I got a 9.
Okay. She wins. She's one last time.
Yes, let's go.
Okay.
Okay, use inspiration.
Okay, use inspiration just to reroll the d20. Okay.
I got an 11. God, the dice are so bad right now.
She got a 17.
Ah,
Better luck next time. She pats her shoulder. Maybe when you come this side of port, we'll play again. We'll see if my sister and I join your crew. For now, were you able to talk to the wizard about that mark I gave you?
yes, I was. About that mark, it is extremely dangerous. I can tell you that up front. And I noticed you had a chest and a bag with a similar sigil on it. The wizard does request that he has those for your own protection. It is about, and I lean in and I kind of very as quietly whisper, wow, I'm drawing a blank about the unspeakables.
Okay, she's matching your tone and whispering. And it feels like as you're talking about this, the world around you gets quieter. Even though it's just as loud and there's still people shouting, roosters cawing, dogs making noises, children running around laughing. I had a feeling. Do I want to know which one?
Personally, I wouldn't. I don't know much of them either, but it's a pretty bad one.
Understood. And this wizard, he's willing to pay us to take them off our hands?
He never spoke to me about gold, but knowing him, he's probably got plenty, so I would imagine he would do somewhat of a trade for something of dangerous value like this. I think his intentions are good, so don't be too harsh with him, please.
She shrugs. True, I could give him a fair discount, but it is magical, that much I can tell. The bag and the chest. Despite them having a sinister nature. I was thinking 150 gold.
Yori's thinking he's...
Well, you consider...
I personally would really want... Sorry, that was my phone. The emergency broadcast thing. Sorry. Oh, whoa. I'm sure 150 is fine, but if he says no, please find some way, no matter how low it goes, to give it, because I do care about you and Tia, and having this on you is potentially death, Tala.
Roll a persuasion.
14.
You aren't kidding. She's surprised. You truly think this is that dangerous?
It is, Tala, and without going into much detail and having a history like we do, I can tell you I've come across them. Not this one in particular, but others, and it has taken the life of another. A very close and dear friend of ours.
All right, I'll lower the price to 75. I still need the gold. It took me a couple resources to get it into the shack.
Completely understand. I agree, and I'm sure he'd be happy with that. It's for the best. This wizard, I trust him. He's a very good man.
Well, it's good to hear. And then she nods as if business is conducted and stands up. Let's go talk to your new ship crew. And meet your new captain.
Ah, yes. That would be wonderful. And Yori goes and fetches the door for Tala, as a gentleman.
Okay. The din of the Swaggering Magus tap room fills the air, and that almost heavy aura bringing up anything about the unspeakables begins to dissipate like a cloud on the water.
only for there to be a tall, looming individual that quickly cuts past you with, well, Charloa following after.
Smirking, might I add.
Hello, are you okay? Is everything okay? Did I miss anything?
Oh, Yuri. Nah, just make sure you handle everything. Oh, find Malio. Make sure, we get a message to that guy's family. And
Okay.
pats Yuri on the shoulder and exits out the door.
Just before he says, definitely will. We are going to conduct some ship business, and just so you know, you have a little blood on your bottom lip.
Oh. Tar licks it up. Thanks.
Of course, friend. And continues on.
I'm dying a little bit over here. All right. Kerdan, what are you doing?
Following Tar.
Okay. Bongu and Randy. What are you doing?
Bongu, seeing, Tar kind of storm after Israfel. Does Bongu notice Randy in the tavern? I know Randy was kind of off to the side and hiding.
I don't think so. Unless Randy makes himself known now that Israfel is out of the tap room.
In that case,
But you do see
Bongu
Yori.
is... Oh. Then Bongu is gonna walk over to Yori and kind of sigh and ask Yori, Yori, are you doing okay? How are you? Because the bar was quite a scene. I'm hoping things are well on your end.
Yes, aside from potentially hurting someone I care about's feelings by shoving my hand into their nose, don't ask how that happened, and dealing with some really odd people outside, some naked cats, a gnome, juggling chickens, and someone telling me to test my might multiple times. Otherwise, everything's good. I'm just trying to find a place to calm down.
Well, I'm not sure who had it, maybe more stressful, you or everyone in the tavern. But things have, settled down a little bit in the tavern. Charloa is going after a Israfel. He is not a good person, and we are kind of harassing him a little bit. Tar slapped his butt on the way out, and yeah, Tar's in pursuit, and then Bongo's gonna kind of raise his eyebrows like, yeah, in pursuit to pass the
In the heat of the moment, you say.
in the heat, absolutely, Yori. Your type of heat of the moment,
That does explain the quick rush outside. I did see another individual running out as well, so good luck to them.
That was the prey. Would you like to come back to the tavern, the Swaggering Magus? And you mentioned you wanted to rest, so maybe we can grab a drink, some food if you're hungry, and we can see if Candy is about.
Ah, that's my first mate we're talking about there. Yes, I would love a meal, some drinks, and actually, can you attend with me and Tala here to find the captain that is going to sell us our ship?
Absolutely. Tala, I know, have we, did I meet you before?
No, but my sister spoke highly of your Sarah McLaughlin attempt.
Pleasure to meet you, formally. Well, I would love to accompany you both. Maybe we should see if Kurdan, Felix, and Andy would like to accompany us before we head off.
Just
Yes.
really quickly, as soon as Tar notices that Herdan is following, they would kind of stop in their tracks and turn towards him. Say that he should probably stay at the tavern.
Leah told me to look out for you and
Do you
help
want to
you
look out
out.
for me, or do you want to look out for Malia? one's
Leah's
more
not in
important?
danger right now.
Which one's more important, me or Malia?
Malia.
Stay here for Malia.
Okay.
And tell her I'm sorry.
For what?
Tar's just gonna turn and leave.
Okay. He accepts that and kind of walks back.
Okay. So as Bongu suggests, should we go get the rest of the party? And there's that back and forth between Yori and Bongu. Kurdan appears in the doorway.
Ah, Kurdan. Back so soon?
Yeah.
I assume Tara's handling things, and Bongo's gonna give like a pointed look at Kurdan.
I don't know. They told me to come back and look after Malia and tell Malia sorry?
Ah, sounds like Tar. They'll be back. Don't worry about them. We can trust Tar. I ran into Yori on the way out, and he was coming back to the inn to rest and relax, along with Tala. Tala, Kurdan.
Ah, pleasure.
It's very nice to meet you, Tala.
Would you like to join us for a meal in the inn?
Yes, that would be great. I have worked up a bit of an appetite.
You haven't seen Candy.
Right.
Also,
Well,
chat, you should spam these. Because I added the rosy creep. It looks good. During this conversation. It looks so
Oh my
good.
goodness. Holy cow, chat's blowing up.
Candy, do you want to make yourself known now that Israfel is gone and your party has like moved over towards their own table?
Yeah, I definitely do. So I am just going to shuffle up in a cool manner with my hands in my pockets and peek with one eye through my hair and just say, "Hey guys, how's it going? Are we all clear here? and you can see, you know, for anyone that hasn't been here, Candy dressed up in her alter ego, Randy now.
Yori's gonna act like he's never seen it, even though he's known that Candy's kept that in her closet and uses it all the time at random moments. He's gonna go, Randy! Oh my god. I thought I saw you outside. You were bald. But, forgot about the black hair. What kind of rock bands are you into today? Like, he's gonna act like he's gonna ask all these difficult questions as if Randy's should know them.
Yeah, it's the Graffoons. I love them. They have the front singer. They talk about how terrible their big brother is all the time and how they try to embarrass them. That's my favorite song and lyrics. She glares at him.
Mind is the Mind Slayers. They really get you mentally. They dig deep into your brain and that music hits. You can feel it at the back of your skull. You should check out the Mind Slayers sometime.
I'm gonna get you at the back of your skull if you don't shut up now.
Whoa, Candy! I didn't even recognize you. Wow, you look amazing.
Oh, Candy. Hello.
Wow, Princess Candy?
Tala looks surprised and makes a little bit of an elephant like sound. Oh.
Yeah, I know it's hard to tell, but yes. I am actually Candy. I know. I just wanted to make sure that, Israfel is gone, but it seems like he and Tarloa went out, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, I did see Ta chasing after him.
Yeah. In pursuit of other interests.
Definitely had determination on their mind. I was not gonna stop that. You know me.
Do we not be concerned that they're gonna kill each other now that the no fighting rule is out the window? No?
No.
I don't know. Ta has been around and has come across many things. If anyone in our group is more battle ready and hardened for any type of situation, it's Tarloa. So I'm sure they have their head on right and they're doing what they want. So
Yeah, they are the best of us, so I guess we can trust them. Anyways, who said something about a captain? Can we finally meet the ship? Also, I don't want anyone to know that I'm here, so I'm actually, if you don't mind me, guys, I'm Randy. For now, alright? Please address me with my proper name, Randy.
Yori gives Tala a little shoulder and says, "This is Candy, the one I've been looking over. Just as crazy as you see now."
Ah,
That's about all I need to say.
I see. And she reaches out a hand, the Loxodon. It's a big, large elephant hand. Pleasure to meet you, Randy.
I would like to say that Candy has actually seen her because, Yori pursued her and she definitely stalked them, as any good little sister would do. So she just pretends to meet her for the first time. Yeah, well, it's not like I wanted to meet you officially or anything anyways. Hi, I guess. I'm Randy.
All right, at this point, Felix comes up to the table. So we are just letting Tar go?
They told me to go back and worry about Malia. It seemed as though they knew something I didn't.
Personally, I mentioned earlier, Tars, though, in person, very skilled in what they do. They are a bounty hunter after all. I'm not one to meddle in that, and I'm sure if it was something of that they found very dangerous, they wouldn't have gone alone. We've been as a group for a while now.
Right. I think trusting Tar to this, they wanted to travel alone and are more than capable of handling themselves. Uh, they're very capable.
I mean, I agree, but Tar is also capable of making incredibly stupid decisions. Is this a stupid decision,
I think it'll be okay. There was plenty of people out in the public outside, so lots of eyes watching. It's not that I am not caring for Tarloa. I am respecting Tarloa. So I'm not going to chase after them if they want to go out for a walk.
All I've seen them do is kick ass and do more kick ass. I think they're fine. They're really cool. Candy is actually kind of like looking towards like Tar as like a little hero. So, you know, I'm just like, yeah, they're so cool. Oh my god.
All of you roll a group persuasion.
I got that nat one.
19.
It's like everyone, as soon as you realize that Candy looks up to
13.
Tar, everyone's like, oh, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
DK, can you add them together for me? And then give me.
I do have a 7 total though.
You got a 7 total plus my 19 plus 13 plus anybody else.
Yeah, 21, so I got a 53.
Yep. Wait. 7 plus my 19 plus a 13 plus a 21?
Oh, sorry. So I forgot the 7, so that's a 60.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Let me roll.
I am not a fan of allowing Tar to go by themselves. But
I don't think we are either,
fine.
but it didn't seem like this was a group occasion.
Felix, if you want, it is your call. You are your own person. You could keep an eye and go, but I am, once again, I'm going to respect Tarloa's decisions if they want to be alone right now.
You convince Felix with your group check of 60 that he sits at the table, ready to hear whatever it is Tala has to say. He isn't happy about it. He worries for Tar, that much is obvious, but he's here. And then Tala launches into an explanation. It just so happens I was able to procure a captain that comes with a partial crew. And then she nods over to the bar and says, Yori and friends, I'd like to introduce you to your captain. This is Severa. And Captain Miss Peacock stands, puts that big frock hat on top of her head, smiles brightly, says, "It's a pleasure. Looks like I'll be ferrying you." Yay.
Is there any read that the group is getting off of this introduction from the captain?
Just that she's eccentric
I think
and
for
very,
Yori,
very tall and built for a woman.
I think for Yori, this is his first time like meeting her, and he wasn't there for the whole confrontation.
No, you know who Severa is.
Oh, I know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is another well, I mean, you do owe her 8,000 gold.
Well,
Um,
so yeah.
Yori,
How are you today?
the shipwrecker himself. It's a pleasure. And she sits at your table.
Yori bows, and then he sits down, and he's like, I'm very happy to have a ship, but can I also get a captain's hat?
No. You're going to be the cabin boy.
Wha-
But don't worry, I took the money you gave Tala and added it to what you owe me.
wha-
Are you all ready to ship off in the next hour?
Ooh.
Great. And she puts
I,
down a map. I'll see you in an hour. Make sure you're packed and ready to go. And Tala just gives you a cheeky look with her trunk rising and falling and is like, "It's the best I could do with your money."
So,
She said she wouldn't kill you, but half of the other captains literally wanted to take a piece out of your ass. What was I supposed to do, Yori?
you made the right call. I have to stay double cheeked up. Can't be giving my ass out, so. Thank you, Tala. I do appreciate it. Thank you.
At least she's not gonna harm you, but she is probably gonna make you clean up the poop deck. And you have an hour, so you probably want to go get your tar friend that you all were talking about.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Um,
and she pats your shoulder. I would love to stay and eat, but I'm gonna go check on Tia.
Tala, before you go, please tell Tia that I'm deeply sorry. I really mean it. I messed up. Maybe it was the nerves, something like that, but
Don't worry.
I do care about her, and I care about you, but also the wizard friend. And he leans in and kind of whispers in her ear, "It's Círdan. Come back here when it is quiet down and find Círdan, and he will help you with everything that we spoke of."
All right. Thanks for the tip. She pats your back. And don't worry, Yuri. She whispers to you, but everyone else can hear. Tia might actually like that you fisted her trunk. And
Yori's like blushing but not sure what to cut. Like, this is the first time for him. He's just like, "What? I don't know what to say." Okay, well, have a great day.
Bongu is going to laugh heartily and look to get up and get the message to Tar that we are expected to be at the port setting sail in an hour.
I think Yori would follow Bangu. He puts his hand on his back and says, "You're still my first mate. But still, this is our ship." And we keep walking.
Of course.
shit. All right. So you actually use the spell message.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and send your message.
The constraints on that is like 25 words or something like that?
Yep.
Okay. Tar, we have acquired a captain. Need to be at the port in an hour, setting sail. Please be quick.
All right, Tar. You are about 40 feet behind the Cambrian when you receive this message that you can respond to.
Uh-huh. Sure thing, Bongo. I will see you guys there.
And I'll just relay that to the party, and I imagine we'll make our way to the port.
Okay. All right. Tar. I need
Alright,
you
40.
to roll a stealth if you don't want to be seen by him.
It's not that I don't want to be seen. Our plan is to sneakily switch the power position between the two of them and put his arm around their shoulder. And just walk locked like that with Tar's arm around his waist.
All right, roll a performance or an acrobatics for me.
Okay, I think I'm bad at both of those, so give me 1 second. Performance. Okay, let's go performance. Actually, that's a nat 19, so 21.
Wow, okay. It is quite the rakish move. But you manage. It does catch him off guard. And he does make a sound at the back of his throat that is annoyed and also confused.
I was wondering if maybe you'd want to change directions.
Why?
Why not? Is there something you're scared of?
Ooh, roll intimidate.
Okay. Well, good thing that's +5. Ooh. I'm doing pretty good. 21.
Oh, jeez.
You don't want to play this game.
Are you sure I don't?
You
Or is
think
it
you do,
that don't?
but you don't want to play this game.
I'm going to gently try to direct him while we're walking with our bodies kind of locked to my apartment.
Roll a persuasion.
Oh god. Persuasion, okay. Inspiration.
Okay.
That was only a 16.
A 16. Okay. The closest you get is an alleyway that's half a block away from your apartment. At that point, he grinds his feet to a halt.
And he says, "What game are you playing, Torn Flesh?"
Well, sometimes you just want to relax a little, right?
So he, at this point, has like shifted out of your arms and is nose to nose with you. He's balefully glaring down at you from the sharp features of his face.
Okay.
He's
Laura
listening.
is going to completely flush their body against him and kind of walk into the wall, looking into his eyes. Let's say I was to give you something, and maybe you don't go looking for a certain someone just for a little while.
Huh.
I'm listening.
We'll give you back your little minion. That's fine. You can have him. But you're right. I do care for Candy. And I'm willing to do a few things to keep her safe. And maybe I'll do some things again to make sure she stays safe again.
Okay. Roll a persuasion with advantage. Holy shit.
Oh my god, I don't even need it. That was a nat 20. I don't even need advantage. Oh my
Okay.
God.
His pupils dilate, and the flame ignites behind the pale amber, and his hands go to your waist. And you can feel the claws. His body changes underneath you. His tail, his wings, the horns, in like a heat of flame. Very, very warm and a little uncomfortable, but not unenticing. Blooms balmy under your touch.
He says, "I think we could come to an arrangement."
Did you want to start here and now, or did you want to walk 50 feet to my apartment?
Are you afraid to be caught?
And his eyes like widen a little bit, and the flare around him, like the flame like burns away his uniform, and he's wearing only straps of leather.
Par takes that as a bit of a challenge and starts undoing their belt. They're in the alley.
Okay, I need you to roll a history.
Right. That's a 7. Maybe should I? Let's keep the 7.
You want to keep the 7?
I guess I'll use some inspiration.
Okay.
All right, let's just yeah. I'll just be super inspired by the situation. Oh yeah, it was worth it. That was a 19 for a 20.
Okay. When you step back, you see a tattoo in the lower half of his belly that spans down the coin slot lines that disappear into the leathers. And when he himself begins to unlace them, that same tattoo runs the length of him, if you catch my drift. And it wraps around his hips and down a part of his tail. And you realize, not only is he a Cambrian, but either his mother or his sire was an incubus or succubus. And we're gonna end there for tonight.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
I catch your drift.
Thanks for joining us. This is Dungeons and Cuties, which does have all of these warnings. Wow. Phew. Tar. Oh, Tar. Well done. Well done. All right.